One of the things I'd like to offer today is another really simple exercise that I give to beginner students, but is also really, really helpful when I do it myself at an advanced level. I do find that the longer I can spend on this mindfully, the more ready my right hand is in surprising ways for other techniques beyond the rasguiado rolls. So things like alsapua, the whole thing just ends up way, way more relaxed, and there ends up being just like a zippiness and immediacy to the way the right hand works when I've done this, and I don't have to warm up on a lot of different techniques in order to really be warmed up. So yeah, I'll just start with this. I call it the karate chop, and it's just basically an upstroke with the thumb followed by a relaxation moment. And one of the things that is important to note about this is that there's as much learning for the hand and the body as there in the relaxation as there is in the stroke itself. It's a really, really important part of it. And when you're doing things like rolls or playing for a dancer or even playing a solo, it helps to alleviate that potential accumulation of tension that can show up in the right hand and the right shoulder. So what I'd like to suggest is that when you start doing this for the first few times, do it in front of a mirror, because you'll be able to see what I see when I'm looking at my students, hopefully, if you're being aware about it. So what I end up looking for when I watch my students do this is that the wrist is really relaxed and that the fingers are relaxed. So I'll try to do an example of not relaxed. Here's an example of not relaxed. It's a really good example. And then when you let it go, it looks like a dead fish. And so what you really want is to see that relaxation in the hand and the wrist, and it just looks completely floppy when you're done the stroke. And so once you've completed that, which could take a significant amount of time, I've worked with students that really struggle to get this. I think part of it is because of the mindset that we all have that we want to play instead of this, which is really about not playing. So, but then once you've got that, then you can also pay attention. You might do it with your eyes closed, and pay attention as you do it to the rest of the arm to start with, then the shoulder, then the neck, then up even up high into the occiput, down the spine, into the right hip, into the feet. So really take the time to notice that. One of the things that's really important is that in flamenco we spend a lot of time and effort to play in rhythm. This is one of those things where you want to not necessarily play in rhythm. You want to feel it first before you carry on to the next stroke. So it's when you're doing it well, it's very meditative. And I think for that reason it's also just really good for your technique. So as long as your mind can concentrate on this, it's great if you can do this for even 3, 5, even 10 minutes. So when I do it for 10 minutes with a student, I find that it ends up taking the right hand to a whole new level. So as you're practicing through this video with me, alternate with my right hand. So I'll play once, and now you play. And then I'll play, and you play. And I'm taking a deep breath in between. So when I'm playing this with another student, a lot of times I won't play until I can see that they're really, really super relaxed and not holding any tension. One thing that I didn't mention at the beginning of the video is that I'm playing seiko here, so I'm just very lightly touching the strings with my left hand so that I'm not getting like a chord sound or anything like that, but I'm not getting the strings ringing either. So hopefully that gives you something to work from. And I'm curious if you can let me know how it works for you. I know it's not the easiest thing to do because the mind starts to think that, oh, I know this, I don't need to do it. But the body really requires that relaxed repetition, and that's one of the flamenco secrets for the right hand, is that it's just it looks like there's so much going on, but it's actually super, super relaxed, and you program those relaxation pieces in between the strokes, and then you can string a whole bunch of them together and still be relaxed as a player. So let me know how it goes.